Burnout is when you realize that no matter how much you do or don't do, your tank just doesn't get any more fuel. Burnout is when you realize that you are out of energy even for the things that you enjoy doing. Burnout is feeling empty even when there's nothing draining you. I've experienced burnout multiple times in my life, and that's down to how I live my life. I want to talk to you about some of the things that I've learned lately in terms of why I burn out, why I keep falling into this trap, the kind of self-talk that I unfortunately fall victim of, and what I'm planning on doing in order to not only fix this problem but avoid it in the future. Some of you might know that I've been dealing with a lot of personal stress lately. On top of that, you develop fears and insecurities and certain paranoias that really consume a lot of your energy because you become nervous and anxious and stressed. Of course, as it goes, when you work for yourself and you run your own business, your distractions are costly. And I've been distracted. So the business is not thriving as much as I know it could. So that's more stress. And it's stressful mainly because I know that I could have controlled this. I could have managed it differently. I could have talked myself out of this negative feedback loop. But I didn't. I surrendered to it because I just wanted to rest. And that's burnout. When you start to boycott and sabotage everything that you do and don't do in order to take a break. Of course, this is a faulty plan because you feel stressed out as you see things failing. You see your past relationships failing, you see your new relationships failing, you see your professional ambitions failing. That stresses you out. That's not a break. That's not resting. That's a spiral. I realize that I have to reconnect with myself and I have to fix some of these insecurities and fears that I've been feeling that's kind of driven me to a mindset of I don't care. That mindset is very normal. And if you're feeling it, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are depressed or that you're failing at life or that you are not good enough to pull it off to the point that you just don't care about what your ambitions and plans are. But it might just mean that you are burnt out, and that's not small. I've talked about burnout before because unfortunately, like I said, it's something that I have a tendency to trigger or at least fall into. So I'm not going to talk about my personal take on burnout again. Instead, I'm going to try to give you some ideas that I will attempt and hopefully stick to, that will not only be some sort of remedy for burnout now, but also a preemptive measure to avoid burnout in the future. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you about is very straightforward. Eat well. It's really important that you treat yourself nicely and you eat healthy. Don't eat junk food, don't indulge, don't go on binges and stuff like that. You're just feeding the cycle even more when you do that. I'm not saying deprive yourself of everything and live off lettuce, but limit how much indulgence you allow yourself to the bare minimum. Yes, okay, have some fun, sure. Eat some popcorn on Saturday night if you want to watch a movie. That's alright, no problem. But balance that. You make your lunches and your dinners really healthy, your breakfast really healthy. Those fundamental meals need to be super healthy, and then you can indulge a bit whenever you feel like you deserve it. The second thing that I would also recommend is that you eat on time. A lot of people kind of don't really regard their eating schedule as important, but it is, because what you're affecting effectively is your metabolism. Whenever you just eat whenever you're hungry, you're already depleted, so your body's already in survival mode. To avoid that, you need to establish routines and stick to them. That way your body learns those patterns, and then it doesn't really feel the need to send signals of stress and hunger and thirst. Just get there first. The other thing that I would also recommend, of course, is that you exercise. I've been slacking, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really going to the gym as much as I used to. And that's on me. That's not on the gym, that's not on my schedule, that's on me. I need to make the time. And even if you can't go to a gym, exercise at home. Get some weights, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, do some squats, whatever. Get some work done. And even if you can't do any of that, go for a walk. Do a little bit of power walking. Get that cardio going. It's going to release all sorts of endorphins and you're going to feel better about yourself. Mainly, not only for the physical aspect of it, but also for the psychological aspect of working out, which is, it's difficult. It sucks. You don't like it, I don't like it, no one likes it. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're lying. What we do like is the feeling of accomplishment. So pursue that feeling and you will most likely bounce back and relieve a little bit of that anxiety and that burnout that you're experiencing. The other thing that I would also advise is that you do something fun every day. We have jobs, we have responsibilities, some of us have families and kids and partners, but it is important that you give yourself at least an hour, and if you can't do an hour, do half an hour of something fun every day. That could be watch a comedy, that could be play some PlayStation, that could be read a book if that's what you enjoy doing, that could be anything that you truly enjoy doing that kind of takes you out of the work mentality, of the thing that's feeding the burnout. Another thing that I would also recommend is that you accept support. You see, as an immigrant, I kind of got used to the idea that I'm alone. This is not my country. I don't really have a support system here. It's not, I didn't grow up here, so it's not just there waiting for me as it was in Portugal, because I was born into a support system. Here I had to create one. And I'm not gonna lie, I failed at it. I didn't really create a network of people that could really just be reliable. I am now taking steps towards that, and luckily I have a wonderful partner who is willing to support me in this quest. But it is difficult. Now, this can happen to anyone, you don't have to be an immigrant. A lot of people feel isolated even in their own homes. So reach out, ask for help, accept support, be honest, tell people about your insecurities and fears. Look, that's why I'm doing this video. People ask me, why do I do these videos, that I expose myself so much? Because it helps me see what I'm going through and hopefully puts words into fears that you have. If you feel like other people also go through the same thing you're going through, you realize, hey, you're not special. You're not negatively special. You're one of us, and we all struggle. So accept that help. I know it's difficult, trust me. All in all, the secret to bounce back from burnout is to actually practice some self-care on a daily basis. Start meditating, listen to some music you enjoy, smile more, exercise more, eat well, establish goals, pursue those goals, break down those goals into daily to-do lists, but always aiming at those goals. Don't allow yourself to deviate away from what you want to achieve. What burns you out is that you do a lot of things, but you lose track as to why. Reconnect with your why, and you will endure anyhow. So now is the time that you do that work. Now is the time that you start working on yourself. You bet on yourself. Focus on what you need and what you want. Focus on what the people you love need and want. Tell them what you need from them. I know it's difficult. I know that maybe you feel like a burden. You're not. They want to see you succeed. You want to see them succeed. It's a collaboration. It's cooperation. It's a partnership. So bet on yourself. I know you're tired. Small steps will do it. Start by writing down the things that you want to improve on yourself and go after it. I know it's difficult. I get it. But it's even more difficult if you give up. Good luck.